Hello and welcome to my 2007 Inktober video. I've always been someone who loved to draw and to paint, but this year is actually my first time to ever really participate in Inktober. I didn't really know all the rules of Inktober when I started this, so don't judge me. I still don't really know what exactly the rules are, but I don't know, I just had fun with it. On the first page we have very autumn things. As you can see, this first drawing is done in watercolor. This is what I mean with I don't really know what the rules are. Like, are you allowed to just use watercolor, or do you have to use pens or like other types of ink? I don't really know. I really love using watercolor, that's why I did it. Foxes are one of my favorite animals, so that was the first thing I wanted to draw. It also just really felt fitting in autumn, and I really like this drawing. I wasn't really thinking when I was drawing it, so it's very free-flowing. And then on the other side of the page we have two landscapes, also done with watercolors. I am so pleased with these ones because it's the first time I've ever done a landscape like this with watercolor. I've always wanted to try it, but I've always been very scared to do it because I thought it would look bad, or I'm not good enough. But I finally tried it and they came out so much better than I thought they would. So I'm very, very pleased with this, especially the top one I like a lot. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try this more often. On the next page we have my first, well, I guess ink drawing. Yeah, this is when I realized most people were just drawing, black and white ink drawings. So I tried my hand at that. This is Enoch, a character from Over the Garden Wall, which is my favorite thing to watch during the autumn season. And Enoch is just a character I love a lot, and so I just really wanted to draw him. I kind of like how it turned out. It looks kind of creepy, right? I think it's kind of a creepy picture, which is what I was going for. And then on the next page we have just a forest with a witch's circle at the front. This is actually a drawing of a forest I used to visit with my family a lot when I was a kid. It was called the leprechaun forest or gnome forest. In Dutch we said kabouterbos. And I always loved going there because I really believed that, there was some magic going on, and that there was like magical creatures living there and stuff. And I don't know, I imagine there's some like magical creature living in that tree over there. And the next page I'm very, very happy with. I love both of these pieces a lot. The one on the left might be my favorite of the whole month. I was inspired to make this because one of my friends drew an underwater themed Inktober. I just thought it was really cool, and since I was in the Halloween spirit, I thought of drawing something scary, and immediately I thought of the anglerfish because, they're so creepy. I just think it looks so cool. I love the jaggedness of the teeth, and I also really love the way the light is done with the watercolor. I'm really surprised how I managed to pull that off. So yeah, that's really one of my favorites. And then on the other side we have a little witch. I really, really like her. As I was painting her, I was hating everything about it. I was really not happy with it. But now when I look back at it, I really do like it. I don't know who she is. I just had this really vivid image of a witch in my mind, and I just put it down on paper. But yeah, I love the colors of it. I like how mysterious she looks. And then on the next page, this one's kind of exciting for me. I've never actually drawn a building before. Like, I don't usually draw houses or buildings just because I don't have the confidence. Because I just imagine they're really, really difficult. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. It looks kind of messy, but in a good way. I really like it. I like the movement in it. I just Google imaged old house, I believe, or old mansion, and I just took inspiration from lots of pictures and made my own little mix of them. But yeah, This was my first attempt at a building and I'm very happy with it. And then on the next page, these are both inspired by movies that I watched during this month. The first one is a picture I drew from A Monster Calls. A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness is one of my favorite books of all time. I love it so much, and this month I actually finally got around to watching the movie version of it, and I loved the movie version as well, so I was inspired to draw this picture. I had a lot of fun painting this, especially the monster, because you can really kind of go crazy with the paint. This is really kind of my style of painting. Like when I paint, this is my main style that I love painting in, like kind of wild and very much free, not really thinking about what you're doing type of drawing. So yeah, I'm very happy with that one. And then the next page is Wednesday Addams. I watched The Addams Family again this month, and I really love Wednesday Addams, so I had to draw her. For this one, I was actually testing out a new marker that I bought. I actually ended up not liking the marker at all. It wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, but I do still kind of like the picture. Wednesday Addams has a very emotionless face, and I feel like my Wednesday has way too much emotion in her eyes. I was kind of playing around with shading here, and like, it's alright, it's not great, but I'm still pleased with it. And then on the next page, I was again testing out new markers. On the left we have a strange monster type of thing, I don't even know. I was testing out this new Fudenosuke brush that I got, like a calligraphy pen. It was really the first time for me to work with something like this. I started off drawing the eye and I just hated it so much. I just thought it looked terrible. I mean, I still think the eye looks kind of terrible. I kind of kept going with it, and I don't even know how I got there, but in the end it looked like this, I think the watercolor kind of saves it. Like, the watercolor makes it look kind of cool in a way. And I also like the lips. They're very simple, but they remind me of the art style that my aunt used to draw in, so that kind of makes me happy. But yeah, this is a weird little drawing, I must admit. But yeah, I don't know, it's alright. On the next page we have some toadstools, mushrooms. I love mushrooms and toadstools, and aesthetically I think they are so beautiful. Like, I love going out hiking and just taking pictures of mushrooms. So yeah, again, this is with the same brush. I feel like I had a little bit more control over it this time, but still I'm not very good at using it. I have to practice more. I did like the effect I created with the ink cap in the back there, with all the little blobs. That was fun to do. So yeah, definitely have to practice more with that kind of brush. The next page is really cute, I think. On the left we have a rocket ship in space. I just drew this because I wanted to draw a rocket ship. I don't know. I didn't really think about this one as well, like I was just drawing a rocket ship from memory, and this is kind of what I came up with, and I think it looks so cute. I like the fact that the rocket ship's in black and white and the rest is so colorful, and I love the color of the sky in this. Yeah, I don't usually draw in this kind of cartoony style or cutesy style, but I really kind of like how it turned out. It's really cute. And then on the other side we have another one of my favorites. This is again inspired by Over the Garden Wall. It's another villager from Pottsfield. I love the color scheme of this. I love the shading of this. I mean, I pretty much love everything about it. This is really, again, very much my style. I like how it's slightly messy but still looks put together, like you could see this in like a children's book or something. I don't know, I really like it. The next page has a very different color scheme, not so autumnal, I guess. On the left, I remember I was drawing this while I watched Dead Poets Society, and I was just doodling a mandala, or is that what they're called? Mandala? I don't know, yeah, I was just trying to draw one of those, and I've never been good at drawing them because I always get tired of it pretty quickly, and like the center looks good, but then like the wider I go, the more lazy I become with it, and I never managed to finish a good one. And I mean, that's obvious because here as well you can tell I was sick of it, so I just said screw it, I'm just gonna throw some paint on it. And that's what I did, and believe it or not, I really like it. It kind of says a lot about my personality, that little painting. And then the next page, I really love the color scheme of. It's very, very soft. This one, I was inspired by my other underwater painting, the one with the anglerfish. I really wanted to do another one, and the first thing I thought of was to do, you know, an octopus or something with tentacles, just because I think they're kind of creepy and weird and interesting, and I immediately had the image of what I wanted it to look like, and I think it worked out really, really well. I tried drawing bubbles for the first time underwater as well, which was really difficult, and I don't think they turned out that good, but you know, for a first attempt it's not bad, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be drawing a lot more underwater things because I really like it. The next page I'm not that big of a fan of. For the first one, this little owl, I was trying out a technique of layering little strokes to make it look like the feathers of the owl, but I don't think I did it right. I really need more work with this, clearly. Also, the eyes just look really weird. I kind of gave up, like I didn't know how to make it better, so I just left it. I'm gonna get back to it one day and try to see how I can do that, but do it better. And then the other page is a little better, I think. I did like a similar layering technique with the watercolors, and I actually like a lot how the spikes look on the hedgehog. I love the color scheme of that and how they blend together. It's really pretty. But like that's pretty much the only thing I like about it. The rest is kind of meh to me, and I definitely need more practice there. And then we have arrived at our last page already. On the left we have a snake. I wanted to draw animals, and I was just looking at pictures of snakes on Google, and I just kind of mixed a couple together to make my own kind of snake. There's things I like and things I don't like about this. I really like the watercolor techniques I used and the way everything blends together and kind of creates shades, but I definitely went wrong with the inking of it. Like the mouth area just looks weird and I don't know, I think I need a lot more practice when it comes to that kind of stuff. And then on the last page, I just have some flowers. I want to be one of those people who's really good at drawing flowers because, I don't know, I just think flowers are cool. And so I thought I would just practice. And these are just flowers that I drew from memory, from my brain. This was just what I could come up with. I feel like this was a very good exercise for me. And I think I should do stuff like that more often. Just like sit down and draw like a specific type of thing. But yeah, that was the last thing I did. I think you can tell that I haven't done a drawing for every single day, but that's okay. It was my first time doing Inktober, and I'm very, very happy with the work that I did because it's a lot more than I would usually do. I feel like I pushed myself to try new things, and I'm really proud of what I've accomplished, even though they're not masterpieces or they're not like amazing or anything like that. I don't know, I'm really, really happy. Because when I was younger, I used to draw so much. As I grew older, I just lost confidence and I just stopped drawing completely. And so I'm very happy that in recent years I've, plucked up the courage to pick it up again because I'm having so much fun with it. But yeah, those are my drawings. I hope you had a wonderful Inktober yourself, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you want to. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say. This has been me, and I will talk to you in the next video. Goodbye!